Hi guys, let's go over our most recent trade, Bitcoin short. We'll start off the weekly and we'll work our way down. There's a lot of multi-time frame analysis in this one, so I'll break it down from the top. So what I was looking for, our most recent candle here was this bearish high test close here. It did close just above 10,000, but that's strong momentum to the downside after some nice high tests and rejections of around this level and a rejection of 14,000. So I was looking for more sell-off coming through. Once we broke 10,000, I was looking for entries. So just below 10,000 or a break and retest of the 10,000 level. So that's a weekly there. Nice deceleration, bearish momentum coming in and looking for follow through. The daily chart. What we had here was some more confluence which added to my bias of more of a sell-off down towards 8,400 level. We had a nice bearish engulfing candle here, daily close, that closed below 10,000 daily 50 MA and this trend line. So that's a nice clean break with momentum. So from there, I was looking for a pullback to around the 10,000 mark to continue our next leg lower. For our chart, this is what we've got here. As you can see, this is the 4-hour momentum we just showed on the daily. Nice strong momentum. From there, a nice pullback. We entered the trade at 9,600, so I was looking for a rejection in around this zone between 9,800 and 10,000. So on the 4-hour here, we pulled back sharply and there's a little bit of indecision, lots of high test candles. Did look like this level was going to hold nicely for our trade and then roll over. We'll flick over to the 1 hour where we executed the trade. This trade here, we set our order back here a little bit, but we got triggered in nearly a day later, or 12 hours later, at 9,600. We had a stop at 10,300, or 10,200 actually, I believe it was. And we just went sideways for a long time, a lot of consolidation, but we just held inside this zone here. I was looking for a rejection, so signs were looking good. And this little high test candle here that rejected 10,000 and the 1 hour 50 EMA looked pretty good. A few hours after that we started selling off, so that was a great sign for the trade. We held the resistance level I was looking for, so break, retest, continue the next leg down. But unfortunately we got some buyers coming in strong. This 1 hour candle here all happened in about 10 or 15 minutes, I believe. So we went from little bit of a positive ROI on our trade straight to stop out. So unfortunately it pulled back sharp, took us out of the trade, and from here we've just gone sideways a little bit and popped up a bit. So yeah, we took a loss on this trade. A few things that I just wanted to point out with this trade: we entered at 9,600, so I possibly could have waited a little bit longer. Quite often when we break with momentum, we just do go sideways like this and then just break down for the next leg rather than having a pullback. So in this situation, I didn't wait for a deep pullback to the 10,000 mark. So I possibly could have got our entry a few $100s higher, which also meant we could have been a little bit safer with our stop. In this particular case, it wouldn't have mattered if we had a bit of a softer stop, we still would have been taking out. But the entry there, not quite perfect, could have waited for a little bit better pullback. And also the other thing I need to pull out, we're quite deep into the intraday bearish run without a decent pullback. So there were two negative biases post trade that I've picked out of it that could have certainly helped our trade. Moving forward, I still have a bearish bias over the next few weeks with Bitcoin. At the moment, we're just sitting at an intraday resistance level. It's not a clear perfect level, but there's support, there, break, retest, retesting here now. So the next few days are going to be quite interesting between 11,000 and 10,000, whether this area holds and we can push higher to 12,000. But I'm not looking for shorts just at this area just yet, even though it is at resistance. I just want to get a little bit more of a deeper pullback before I look for shorts. If it breaks above 12,000, well, my short bias has pretty much disappeared. So that's the trade analysis there. Was it a good trade? It was an okay trade. It was pretty risky because of the intraday run was so deep, but it was a good trade in the sense that the weekly and daily were looking pretty strong for more downside. That daily candle close engulfing, breaking these levels was really good. So yeah, Okay trade, didn't quite work out. If it had worked out, would have been, probably would have been saying something else about the trade. You can't get them all right, unfortunately, but still looking for a bearish bias over the next few weeks. Not interested in trading just in this zone. I'd like to push up and retest this zone around 11,600 to 12,000 to look for a short. But if we just pull up and bounce off this trend line again, that just proves a false break and we continue our uptrend. So interesting time for Bitcoin in the next few weeks, and we'll see what happens over the next coming days as far as more trade opportunities go.